The Greenup Beacon and greenupbeacon.com, along with First and People's Bank and Trust, proudly present live video streaming of Russell High School sports plus other community events. Today's presentation is also brought to you by Our Lady of Bellefonte Hospital, Buddy Gallion and Greenup County EMS, Dr. James T. Brom, Carmen Funeral Home, Meredith Chiropractic Office, Steve Hines and Western and Southern Insurance, and Witt's Tire Town. The Greenup Beacon.
to be so
dumb? I don't know. That's just the way they are.
Hey, you want to go swimming or climb the apple tree?
Nah, I got chores. Get some apples for me, please. I'll come by later and get them. See ya.
Later, guys. Where did you come from? I almost stepped on you. If you show any fight, I'll have to use that dead branch under the apple tree. I know you're not poisonous, but my paw says the only good snake is a dead snake. Now this isn't gonna hurt. Now I'm gonna reach down and touch you. Why, you touch good. Not at all what I thought. You're the only black snake I've ever touched. And I bet I'm the only hand that's ever touched you. Can we be friends?
Cold-blooded snake, you have the right to live. You have the will to live, and this is spring. Under great green eternal mansions live. Live life as if it were eternal spring. I shall not crush your head into the mud. I shall not scar your pretty skin with stone. I do not wish to spill your fresh spring blood. Black snake, but I will leave you here alone. You're here with skies that float above your head. You're here, a living thing in this spring dawn. You want to be among the living, not the dead. Cold-blooded snake. I shall not take your life. Life and spring are for you. This is your life.
You're a real friendly snake. I'm gonna call you Old Ben. Don't be afraid, Ward. This is Old Ben. He's my new pet.
Where did you get him? Aren't you afraid he'll kill you?
I found him out by the old apple tree. I ain't never found any critter as friendly as he is. Touch him, he won't hurt you.
I touched him. I touched a snake and I'm alive. What do you want to do with him? You know Aunt Sally and Uncle Mitt won't let you take him in the house.
I'm gonna put him in the corn crib. It's full of mice. He'll have plenty to eat there.
What about your cats?
There are so many mice, and they get fresh water milk from the cows. Besides, they got so fat and lazy, they won't hardly chase mice no more. They'll do their job.
I'm going home and ask my pa if I can have a snake. See ya.
Mom, guess what I got in the corn crib? You'll never guess.
Some wild animal, I suppose. What is it this time? A baby woodchuck? A raccoon?
A big black snake.
Where did you get a snake?
I found him out by the old apple tree. First I thought I'd kill him, but he was so friendly and didn't try and get away, so I just picked him up.
You touched a snake with your bare hands? Were you afraid?
A snake doesn't feel like everybody thinks he does. Old Ben, he's as soft as wood moss and green clover.
Oh, so you named him already.
He's just a big old friendly snake, and he's over 6 feet long.
How did you carry him home?
I put him on my shoulder, he wrapped himself around me, and he rode home with me with his tail hanging down. He's in the corn crib now, feasting on mice.
Shan, your father is never going to let you keep him. If he sees him, he's likely to cut him in two. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to run this by your father yourself.
Hush up, dog. What's the matter with you, barking at a couple mice?
He's not barking at a mouse. He's barking at my pet snake in the corn crib.
What? Have you lost your mind? What's going to happen when your mom comes out here to get some corn and sees that snake?
She won't be afraid of him. He's so friendly, and once you get to know him, you'll like him too. Everybody, when they see a snake, they just want to pick up a rock or a club and kill it.
Well, that's exactly how I feel about it. Now hurry up. Breakfast is ready, and you've got to get to school. We'll talk about it later. Son, don't you know that's dangerous? There are so many other animals you can pick up, but a snake, that's just unnatural. Now that right there is a very old bull snake. You know, I bet it'd take a lot to feed it. It could eat a half-grown rabbit in just a bit.
He's gonna catch mice in the corn crib. He's had a good meal already. Look how happy he is.
Well, if he's going to catch mice and he doesn't get out of the crib, he can stay. I lose over 80 bushels of corn a year to kill mice, and cats become too lazy to do anything.
Just touch it, Father.
I don't have time to play with your snake, and don't let him out of the crib. I don't need him scaring the cows and eating the chicken eggs.
I know where there's an extra pan, so I'll put some milk out for him. It's not going to be easy keeping him safe from the other animals. I mean, you know what the pigs would do to him? They'd stomp him and eat him. And old Fred and Kate would stomp him to pieces. It's lucky they're in the fields and the pigs are in the lower pen.
Don't worry. In time, everything on the farm except the birds will like him.
Put Ben in the corn crib and come get your breakfast. You're going to be late for school.
first, my dog didn't like it, barking at him all the time, and the cows were afraid of him. But they all get along now. My dad said he's a black wolf.
Well, snakes are one of the oldest creatures to live on Earth. They first lived in the Garden of Eden. Every culture on Earth has snake stories. Some even use them in their ceremonies. Well, a famous poet is Emily Dickinson. She wrote a poem about a snake. Just let me find the right page. A narrow fellow in the grass occasionally rides. You may have met him, did you not? His notice sudden is. The grass divides as with a cone, a spotted shaft is seen, and then it closes at your feet and opens for more. He likes a boggy acre, a floor too full for corn. Yet when a boy and barefoot, I more than once at noon have passed, I thought a whiplash upbraided in the sun. When stooping to secure it, it wrinkled in some more. Several of nature's people I know, and they know me. I feel for them a transport of cordiality. It never met this fellow, attended or alone, without a tighter reading, zero back.
Wow, when I get big, I'm going to ride that over there. And other snakes in there.
Well, let's see what the animal book says about the black snake. Growing to over 8 feet long, the black rat snake is one of the longest snakes that live in Kentucky. They're very fast, and they're sometimes called racers. They can grab any small animal that passes by. They can climb too, snatching eggs from a bird's nest. So the apple tree in the middle would be the perfect place to climb their by. Snakes don't see well beyond 10 feet, and they hear through vibrations in their bones. However, they have a good sense of smell, with receptors in their tongues. Listen. When they flick out their tongue, they're smelling. Rat snakes are constrictors because they grab a hold of their prey and they squeeze it to death. That's enough.
Sham, that's old man wrapping himself around his neck all the time. It's a good thing, Sham. He hasn't choked you.
Old man is my friend. He's like a member of my family.
Ew, I wouldn't have a snake in my family.
Ew, I wouldn't have you in my family.
That's enough.
I would like to kill him, but the large male won't
extra bone at dinner. The only good thing about the snake being there is watching him take mice from the cats. Those cats need something to get them going.
I see. Well, you have come to the wise old owl for advice. Daisy, you produce so much milk, I doubt the little bit the snake drinks is any great loss. Besides, when cold winter wins its way, he'll have to go underground. That's what they do, you know. Now, dog, be content knowing that the snake is bedeviling the cats.
I'll get used to him, I guess, as long as he stays out of my way. It's the horse and pigs he really has to worry about. Besides, the boy loves him, as if anyone could love the snake. I would never do anything to make the boy unhappy.
Of course not. Ah, what a beautiful night. I hope my wisdom has calmed your fears. Each of us has a place in the community of animals on the farm. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh.
Come over here, quick! There's a nest of eggs in that hole. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs in there.
Don't either of you know what that is? You two know so much about wildlife around here. Well, that's a snake's nest.
I didn't know snakes laid eggs.
Well, the rattlesnake and the copperhead both bear the young live, like the cows and the horses. Where the black snake lays eggs. Everything according to its nature. Whatever walks, flies, or crawls has its own way of life.
Uncle Nick, old Ben has a wife out here somewhere.
I've noticed tracks outside the corn crib. I don't care if he goes out at night, just so he comes back by morning.
Spoken like a true parent.
trying to kill old Ben. I never saw that snake move so fast. I always heard snakes got sluggish and cold, but he moved fast that day.
Do you think the cats ran him off? The both ate some food, mice and birds. I bet old Ben caught 200-300 mice this year. I wouldn't put it past those old cats to try to take over after Ben got sluggish.
Pa's gone down to the field to work for him. I just hope he stays away from those pigs.
Here it comes now. Nick, did you?
I'm afraid not, son. There's a lot of mud down there, and pigs are really upset. I can't find them anywhere.
Old Ben was the best pet I ever had. I couldn't remember taking him from the meadow. I brought him where he had enemies.
Black snakes have enemies in their own world, too. If he is gone, son, remember, he had a good life, and he lived a long time.
I think he just went off to find some place to sleep for the winter.
You may be right, but if that's the case, we'll be back in the spring.
I'm gonna keep hunting for tracks. Come on, boy.
All right, boys, just don't count on finding old Ben. Nature didn't mean for wild things to live with people. We were lucky to have him with us as long as we did.
I know, but I think I'll see old Ben again. Anyway, if we hunt around that next wharf down, we might find little black snakes. We might find 2 of old Ben's children.
big round of applause. So do you feel the same way about snakes you did when you first got here this evening? Some of you say, yeah, absolutely. I'd like for all of our actors to introduce themselves to you.
I'm Kendall Staten. I'm Rachel Bentley. I'm Hannah Holbrook. I'm Marina Hutchinson.
Eli Reedy.
I'm Erin Stevens. And I'm Miss Spence. Thing of the past, seems like, wired microphones. I want to invite Jenny Richards to come up and talk with us for a moment. I invited her to come and be with us this evening. She is the naturalist at Shawnee State Park. And she brought some friends of hers. One may be cuter than the rest.
Hi, everybody. This is a friend
same thing that I heard in this play. The only good snake is a dead snake. And I don't actually agree with that. Today at the Nature Center, we got to watch a little baby green snake hatching from its egg. It kept sticking its head out, and then it finally got its head out, and it left the egg. And when a baby snake is hatching, it's got an umbilical cord that's connected to the egg. And it actually gets food from the egg for a week or so before it leaves the egg. So a baby snake has a belly button. So today, about 100 people got to watch a baby green snake hatch from its egg. This is Ren. Ren is my 4-year-old daughter, and she's a snake wrangler. She picks up all kinds of crazy snakes. When I started working in Shawnee 13 years ago, I was a little concerned about the fact that I had to run a nature center and hold snakes because I was a little bit afraid. I might need help, Mom. And then I got to know snakes. I had a really good friend who became a herpetologist, which is the study of reptiles and amphibians. And he said, I can help you out, Jenny. Let's go snake hunting. And I said, okay, we'll do that. So we spent the whole day flipping tins, looking under tins and at old junkyards and catching snakes. We probably caught 30 snakes that day, and not one snake bit us. I didn't catch them at first, I just watched. And this is my mom, Gail. She's gonna help me out with Ren. She's been catching snakes all my life. She always caught snakes. I brought old Ben with me today. About a year ago, some guys that worked in Portsmouth caught a black rat snake on the train tracks. They thought it was a copperhead. Most people think everything's a copperhead, unfortunately. And they were going to kill it. And a friend of mine said, now wait a minute, Jenny Richards has a snake, a big old 8-foot-long black rat snake he's not doing too well. And I'm sure she could use a new black rat snake. So, yep, this is tracks right here. So everything that was said in the play is true. They gave you so much good information there about how long the snakes get and the way they live and their life histories. So all that stuff was good information. I'm so happy. These guys did an awesome job, by the way. It was really cool. We're going to go out in the hall here in a minute and share these snakes with you. But this snake, a year ago, I got it. Someone showed up on my doorstep. This snake was in a cooler. And I opened up the cooler and it looked at me and I looked at it and it pulled its head back and it never bit me. I reached in and I grabbed it and it pooped on me a little bit, but that's just about it. That's what snakes do when you catch them usually. That's their best defense, is they have a musk that they secrete from their cloaca. And it's real stinky, and usually you drop the snake when they musk on you because they're stinky. But if you keep your hands open when you catch a snake or hold a snake and let it just slither through your hands over and over, it's probably not going to bite you. The reason that people get bitten by snakes is, number one, they try to pick them up. Number two, when they do pick them up, they grab them by the head. If I walked up to you and grabbed you by the head, when I let go, you'd probably bite me too. And that's exactly what happened 13 years ago when Brian took me out. He didn't grab one snake by the head. He grabbed them all with open hands, loving hands, and gave them a lot of support. And they slithered around and pooped all over him, and we were real stinky by the end of the day, but not once did we get bitten. So there's just a lot of really bad misunderstandings about snakes. They're actually really cool critters. They like a lot of support, and they like to be held with open hands. Now, Ren has Mr. King. The black rat snake is probably the most common snake we have around here. This is a rare snake in Ohio, but you guys have more of them. This is a black king snake. It's a threatened species in Ohio because it likes warmer climates. These guys eat rattlesnakes and copperheads. They have a natural tolerance for venom. And you can see here, there's nothing to it. You can go to the hallway and hold snakes with us if you want, and it's just as easy as pie. This snake here gave about 30 kids Eskimo kisses yesterday. If you hold him up to your face, he'll lick you right on the nose. I've had this snake for 13 years. As long as I've worked in Shawnee State Park, I've had that king snake. And Ren doesn't understand that some people are afraid of snakes, so she'll walk right up to you. And if she sees you are afraid, she'll probably try to force you to not be afraid. I let her help me with programs sometimes, and she usually tries to knock everybody's fear out by just showing them, look how easy it is. So if you are afraid of snakes, this would be a good one to have because they do eat other snakes. The black rat snake also is territorial. So if you have a black rat snake in your yard, it's a good one to have around too because they like to have all the mice for themselves, so they'll run other snakes off. The last species of black snakes that we have around here are the black racers. And those are just the cranky ones. You never want to pick up a black racer. They're just really super cranky. So, you guys have any questions about snakes, or just want to go to the hallway and hold snakes and have fun?
Are y'all going to take off out the door?
cool. They have a natural tolerance for venom, so if they already get bitten, it doesn't hurt them at all. I fed him a copperhead about 3 weeks ago. I found it dead on the road on my way home. It was fresh, and I pretended like it was alive. I slithered it around in front of him to see what he would do, and he ambushed it. He came up on it from behind and grabbed its head and squeezed its head, and then he wrapped his coils around it and gave it a quick tug, and it took him 11 minutes to eat it, but he ate the whole thing. It was really cool to see. So, snakes are cooler than you think. Just the other day, just yesterday, I released a rattlesnake. Someone brought me a rattlesnake, a timber rattler, which are they're endangered in Ohio, but someone brought me one, a big yellow rattlesnake. And we took it up to the lodge and we measured it and weighed it and processed it in front of about 60 people, and then we let it go back in the woods yesterday. They're really docile animals, the timber rattler. And they need our help because everybody wants to just chop them up. It's unfortunate, but they're very, very docile. And if you ever see a timber rattler, you really should just let it be because they're pretty cool. All right, let's go out there and hang out.
Thank you so much. What do you think about the steel ring? It's Stuart Melton. It's been very important as we've been doing this show with our students that we've helped them understand that snakes are an important part of our environment, but it's also very important that they don't reach down and grab a snake because, of course, in the story, that's what Shan does. So we didn't want a bunch of students going home picking up snakes, thinking that that was okay. So it was important for us to make sure that that's a part of our presentation, is that if you see a snake, you stay away from it. You respect it. It might be poisonous, it might not. Even a non-poisonous snake can bite you, and you can get an infection, and that's dangerous, just like Shan's father told him. But we did make a point of making sure that children understand that you don't just walk over and pick up a snake. It's not going to act the same way that we saw old Ben in the story. So if you would like to touch a snake and have a look at what old Ben really did look like, Jenny will be out, and you don't have to see it, okay? You know, we don't want to upset you, but she'll be kind of around the corner if you'd like to go over and check out the snake, and I'm sure the kids want to do that. Also, this play has been streaming live on the internet. We want to thank Hank Bond and the Green Beacon for doing that for us, and then it will probably be archived within a couple of days. So if you have someone out of town that would enjoy the play, go to greenatbeacon.com. They do a wonderful job streaming a lot of our local arts events as well as our sports events at our school. So we thank you, Hank and Marilyn, for supporting the arts and supporting our schools. We really do appreciate you being here. And again, everyone, thank you very much for being here. We hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Again, you can meet Jenny. If you would like to meet this snake, I'm sure that Eli would be glad to introduce you to this one. He doesn't go very far. So you visit with our cast. I'm sure they'd love to talk to you. And again, thank you so much for being here. Find another Jesse Stuart short story or junior book. And if there's something you would like to see brought to life on stage next year, let us know, because we haven't decided yet what we're going to do. Thank you again for being here.
Hi, I'm Julie Reeves. You're watching greenatbeacon.com, a member of the Beacon Media Group.
The force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like that.
The Greenat Beacon and greenatbeacon.com, along with First and People's Bank and Trust, have presented live video streaming of Russell High School sports and other community events. Today's presentation has been brought to you by Our Lady of Bellefonte Hospital, Buddy Gallion at Greenham County EMS, Dr. James T. Brom, optometrist, Carmen Funeral Home, Terry Meredith Chiropractic Office, and Steve Hines and Western and Southern Insurance, and also brought to you in part by Witt's Tire Town. The Greenup Beacon and GreenupBeacon.com are members of the Beacon Media Group.